Hello and welcome again to our channel. In today's video, we are going to see how to make a great photo frame using the free app, which is GIMP. We had seen in the previous two videos how to make great frames using Photoshop. In today's video, we are going to see how to make it using GIMP. So you have all the alternatives you need to make great photo frames for your photos. Okay. Now, if we go to GIMP, we're going to start by File, New. Handling in GIMP is a little bit different from Photoshop. So in GIMP, we will select frame size 800 by 800, which is less than 1000 by 1000 we were using for Photoshop, because on GIMP, the frame or the border is added on top of these pixels. So here, say here, okay. We fill it with our foreground white color, so because this will be the background of our image, the image we are going to add. And then we come to filters, decor, and we add borders. We are going to add, for example, 100 by 100 border, because this will add 200 in each side. And we select the color we were using also with Photoshop, which is F4E751. Okay, and this variance is the variance between the lightened part and the shadowed part in the frame. So you can start with low value and see how is the variance. It depends. You will see it on the 100, and then you can try with 50, for example, and we will see this in different ways. Okay. So we come to View, Zoom, Fit Image in Window. Now we can see it is the same frame as we were making in Photoshop, and it's having appearing the corners on the sides. We can add some noise to it to make it looking like a golden frame, for example. I keep the default settings. It's dulling is 2, lightness is 40, and chrome is 40. You can adjust a little bit with any part of this to make it look better from your point of view. That's the frame in this way. There's another thing you need to know, that if I come here and add another frame, or it will come on top of this frame. We'll add it to the outside also. We'll add some pixels, additional pixels, so add border. And then, for example, this time I will add 50 by 50. Okay, and I will change the variance to 25, for example. And I say okay. You can see now it is added. Now I come to, okay, I'm fitting it on the screen. Now you can see the difference between the lightened part to the right and the top, and the shadowed part, sorry, the lightened part to the left and the top, and the shadowed part to the right and the bottom. The difference is not big, as it was the variance was 100. You can in this layer, which is the second border, we can learn to also how to make a different effect, like with the metal texture. We can come and add noise again. Okay, and then on top of the noise, I'm going to add some motion blur. Okay, lens is 10. I can increase the lens, for example, to 20. Okay, and the angle is 0 to make it straight. Okay, and then you can see the texture which is coming on the other layer. You can keep it in two frames like this one, or you can make it in a single frame. It depends on your preference for the frame. Also, we can make a wooden frame. It's coming also, one of the settings that is pre-built, like the frame border is coming preset in GIMP. Also, there's some steps to make a pre-designed wooden frame using GIMP. So I'm going to delete this layer, and also I'm going to delete this layer. Okay, you can see that when deleting the layers, the frame or the canvas size is kept as it is on the top. So we can keep it as it is. Okay, and then I can come and add gradient, use the gradient tool, and when it opens its settings, I select from here the square wooden frame, and after selecting the square wooden frame, we will select the wooden, the angular shape. Okay, and then we start filling from this side to this side. Okay, now you can see that it had already made a great wooden frame to our image. Now I need to keep only the size, the inside, so I will come to image, crop to content. Okay, now I'm having a great wooden frame for my image. Now how to add my image? In GIMP, adding the image, I add the images like file, open as layers. I've set this image, which is the one I was using with Photoshop also, so we keep the perspectives the same for you to be able to compare between the two programs. I will keep the original, but because this image is a big one, and we had selected the square frame size from the beginning, so I'm going to resize it in square view. So I will come to layer, scale layer, okay, and I will remove this link between the aspect ratio of the original photo, and for example I'll make this 400 by 400 scale. Okay, you can see this image in the middle. Now I need to increase it a little bit. So sizing is one way. Another way, I can come to tools, transform tools, scale. Okay, now it's 400 by 400. I can make it. You can either stretch it using these arrows or these squares, or you can make it from here 500 by 500. And you make scaling. Now it's scaled 500 by 500. It's coming to the side. Now I need to make it aligned to the center. So I'll check the alignment tool. I'll click on this photo, and then I align it vertically, and I'll align it horizontally. Now it's coming perfectly centered. So we will learn another small trick, that how to make this image, its borders to be curved. So I will come to here to the square selection tool, and I will come here and select my complete image, and from select menu I will come to rounded rectangle to 25. Okay, now it's appearing. Now to delete the parts outside, I need to come to select and invert the selection. Okay, and then I delete. So now I deleted the parts outside my selection, and I left only the image with rounded corners. Okay, then I make select none. So I removed all the selections. If I go to my other layer, I can see it better already. Okay, the image is giving the resolution. Thank you for following so much. I hope you had wealth of information to use GIMP, which is a free software assistant.